So, JuJu Watkins, a hell of a player. Genuinely a hell of a player. Having what I will definitely say is a sophomore slump. There's no two ways about it. She is having a sophomore slump this year. Worst percentages down the board and averaging 21 point something points per game. It doesn't matter though. She's a serious player. And like, if she figures it out, her game is good. She can post up. She can score off the dribble. She can score from mid. At this point in time, can't score from three. But if she can figure that out, she could be a serious player. And like, even if she can't figure it out, she's still going to be a good scorer. She's going to be a really good player. But it's like, based on what people thought was a guarantee of a generational player, it's now possibly. Either way, going to be a really good player. But before we get on to, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 31k by the end of the night, and we're only 20 off. But we got to talk about, again, we saw it with Paige Bueckers, and for lack of a better word, we're going to quote-unquote motion. Like, we're not going to talk about them as players because, look, it's not even a debate who was better as a sophomore, between JuJu, Caitlin, Paige. It is a very, very clear Caitlin, even Paige through injuries too, and what we're seeing from JuJu right now, 3. Like, that's the way it is on the court. But a lot of people have been talking about JuJu maybe being that draw, and I thought, you know what, that's where I thought JuJu was going to make that step up. And we're really not seeing that. Like, JuJu, again, was okay against Seton Hall last night. It was their most efficient shooting game so far. But, like, if you look at this game, I'm not joking, there are 500 fans there. There are 500 fans. And, like, everyone wants to use a picture of, like, Caitlin Clark playing one game last year where, like, behind the baskets, there was, like, 5 rows filled. And it's like, yeah, but, like, if you looked at this view, you were still seeing fans. I think there was 3,500 people at one of the games. And everyone was like, with Caitlin Clark, oh, she can't fill anything. And it's like, this is 2023, before her first NCAA championship run, when she had the 40-point triple-double against Van Lith. She had the, the unbelievable game against South Carolina. And then, obviously, the national championship final did send it even more into the stratosphere. And the following year, she stepped up. The following year is when every single person started showing up, no matter what, to Caitlin Clark games. But with JuJu, there were 500 people there. And, like, it is kind of a damning image when you see this. When you see, like, as bad as it was at the side, you saw this behind. Like, this is a literal empty stand. They didn't allow anyone into the stands. And it's like, by Caitlin Clark's final year in college, teams were needing, it didn't matter who it was, teams were genuinely needing to go to sometimes bigger stadiums, and they were filling out and selling out away stadiums. Obviously, Iowa it's gotten to the stage of Iowa are literally selling out their home games still. And to be fair, Iowa is Iowa. Their fans are always gonna be crazy, good or not. But I'm just making the point that it's like, it's really hard to just quantify how much of a mania Caitlin Clark is. And I think the assumption that the next Caitlin Clark, or there's going to be another Caitlin Clark, is going to come immediately is completely false. Especially when it's something like, as soon as we say X person is going to be the next Caitlin Clark, you have to throw everything away. Because we can't forget that Caitlin Clark was what we will say is like the most, like, genuinely, it was one of the most just natural growths we've seen. Like, this was like, for years, everything was pushing UConn. So Paige was being pushed by the mainstream media. And then what Caitlin was having probably a better freshman year. And all, like, as the season went on, it was like, oh my God, this Clark girl's better. Look at this Clark girl. Watch this Clark girl. Then the sophomore year, when the media could stop pushing Paige Bueckers down everyone's throat, and they were trying to push pushing Aaliyah Boston down everyone's throat, it was like, oh my God, this Clark girl's unbelievable. She's National Player of the Year. This Clark girl's even better. Oh my God, look at what she's done against, look at what she's doing against Michigan? But look at what she's doing against all these teams. She's playing Michigan with there's 7 players on her team. Half her team's out for COVID, and she goes and has 46. No National Player of the Year. And then the following year, it got to the stage where it's like undeniable. She led the league in assists and points, or led the nation in assists and points, undeniable National Player of the Year in 2023, and then again in 2024. So it's like, this was and Iowa, not a small school, but a small school as far as media being pushed in the media. And Caitlin Clark was so good, she became undeniable. When the media were trying to push other players, Caitlin Clark became so good, she was undeniable. And she did that over the course of 4 years. And there are players that you never know might be able to do that. I wonder who's... There's not going to be a freshman averaging 26 again, but you just never know. And it's going to be... And the reality is that it's going to be someone who's at a school where they're kind of like the only player, the only like 5-star. It's going to be like a Caitlin Clark scenario. And we thought it could have been JuJu, and we're now seeing like her and Kiki Iriafen are kind of getting in each other's way, and it's not working out for either player. But there's no question about it as far as just the draw is concerned. Off the court, JuJu Watkins, yeah. She can get in. She's going to have a lot of brand deals. She's got a squeaky clean reputation. She is, again, she's somebody that you want to put your face, like she is she's a person you want to have as a face of your brand. The problem is she's not a person you want to go out and watch play basketball. Like we saw, I saw it. It was like something about their game against UCLA, which is the biggest game of the year, had 200,000 viewers on Fox. And they were like, oh yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And I'm like, I saw somewhere as well that Caitlin Clark's, her first game on Fox last year around the same time at 800,000. So there are levels to it. There are absolute levels to it. And I think JuJu's a fantastic player. But it is genuinely a case where it's like, yeah, she's... I think we can kind of put to bed the rumors, or not the rumors, the like, people saying, you know what, oh, she's going to be Clark, or, you know, oh, Caitlin, once JuJu comes, she's the Jordan, she's going to take the game to the next level. No, she's not. No, she's not. She's not that fun to watch. She's really good. Like, JuJu could be the best of them all. I do think that maybe people jumped the gun based on the she had a very inefficient freshman season, but put up a lot of points, and people, I think, jumped the gun because what's realistically happened now is that there's more expectations from USC. They're clearly not as good as advertised. Her and Kiki Iriafen are kind of getting in each other's way a little bit on the offensive end, and her points are down, her efficiency's down, her shooting percentages are down. You would have thought that with better players around her points might go down, but her efficiency's gone up, but that's gone down too. And yeah, it's just been not a great start to her sophomore year. I do expect her to pick it up. I don't expect her to average... I don't expect her to get near the Caitlin Clark record, but yeah, like hell of a player though, but like clearly not like a major draw, because again, playing in a genuinely empty stadium. But anyway, yeah, I will see you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.